Pull out my camera and stuff. Intercontinental Hotel in Miami. It's a beautiful day, clouds overhead. We're getting ready to go on a little trip to, I'm going to have to put this down, it's the top of my camera case, to see the homes of the rich and famous. Right, Bet? Don Johnson and all those good guys. Body stretched out down there in her bathing suit. See it? Right there in the middle of the screen. There's another body over there in the corner. Lovely pool. We plan to spend some time in it. Well, here's a boat coming around the corner. Momentarily he'll move into focus. Right across the way here are condos. There's the point. There's one of the,
badge.
there's the light.
Right. Rick.
There's the other light, so they have to keep coming this way regardless. Sweeping back here again. There's a point. We're going over to Miami Beach in a few minutes, right, Dad?
We're going on the boat trip first,
Okay.
I guess. And then go to Miami Beach.
Those are the condos we just passed. Oh,
We'll have to go to the beach though before we come.
We got a parade of boats right now. Here comes a tug. Well, he's towing a big one here, Bet.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Look at this. It looks like one of those container boats that he's... Huh?
Probably yes.
It is. He's towing it on up. Caris Trader. As you can see, there's our swimming pool. You got two tugs. One tug to hold him off the beam. The other one to control the front end. That's rather clever. I'll back off and you'll see how they're set up. This guy's pulling out that way. And that looks like maybe a guide boat up there. I don't think so, though. It's a small marina up there. The Barnett Bank off there in the distance. So what do you want me to do in the lobby?
Okay, right across from where you get off the elevators,
Mm-hmm.
there's a little mailbox.
Okay.
You'll have to stand there and stuff.
Or stuff the stuff in the box. Okay, I can do that.
Okay? And I'll go down and straighten this out.
Alrighty. So I'll meet you downstairs at the old place.
Yeah.
The bed is in great shape, isn't it? It'll have to be made. Our luggage, our TV set, our desk. And away we go. Good morning, Phyllis.
Phyllis is just fine.
Are you enjoying your stay in Miami?
I'm having a wonderful time. Can't wait to get out and catch that trolley or catch the boat and see some sights.
There we are. And I see David's here. How are you, David?
Think we've been shopping at the same places.
We're twins.
Very obviously. Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe.
That's right.
Opened up the week of my birthday.
Right. We're going to have to get a picture of that big guitar up there.
I think probably
And the
at
piano.
night's going to be your best time to try to
Yeah, I
see
think
it, though.
so. Yeah, it wouldn't be as effective
You got to
in the
get the
daytime.
keyboard.
Right. Well, Betty will be here momentarily. Oh, me. And there's where we ate this morning. The Royal, was that where we ate? The Royal Palm Court, right over there. We had a buffet. It was only $13 and what?
50 cents. $29.30
$29.30 a piece. A pair. Yeah. It was a good meal though. Had plenty to eat. I don't know what that is, but it seems they got a lot of that kind of stone in here. Notice the balcony is made of the same kind of stone. Got the tropical motif. buying postcards in Miami.
You knew something was wrong.
She always picks the appropriate cards,
Yes.
right?
I
Right.
could tell how
Yeah.
my mom was always crying. She was
Tell
on
it
the
all,
line.
don't they, Beth?
I just knew there was something wrong. And
They
I
tell
was
it all.
For about 2 weeks, I kept on asking my mom.
Beautiful clouds out there today, aren't they? Let's see that Hard Rock Cafe in the... No, on your t-shirt, Phyllis. There you are. There's the Hard Rock Cafe right there.
It says Miami. This is
Nice. There you go. There we are looking across that body of water. And there's Bet holding up the pole. Usual pose. Right? Yeah, we got him locked on. He's yawning. Okay.
So let's go so we don't get the last seat.
All right. Here we are in the boat, ready to see. How come?
Who knows?
They're up there. There are the taxis. One of the taxis is going in. They're in 54. That's one of the cool boats around. Showers this afternoon. Birds.
It was just as well
They
because
send you all this stuff, and then half the time people can't find it when they get ready to need it.
Regulation.
Where you
Bathrooms
guys
are located
sitting there?
downstairs to the right of the bar and the stairway. That's where the bathrooms are located. You set it on the deck. We'll be more than happy to come by later and pick it up.
And right directly opposite this big
Our little
guitar
tour
is
this
the
afternoon will
Intercontinental
take you
Hotel. That's
directly
where
into
we're
Millionaire's
staying.
Row, Miami Beach.
Then across the way is the series of condos.
But in the meantime,
There's the
please
nickel
feel free
port.
to sit back, kick off your shoes, and enjoy some of the sights as we tour the bay. We do have a small bar up here. We've got popcorn cooking, we've got soft drinks, diet drinks,
There's where the
Gatorade,
World
mineral water,
Caribbean fruit.
snacks, things like that if you do get thirsty or hungry.
We're gonna do this in Spanish.
They
They just leave these gates up all the time. They aren't using it.
The bridge we've just taken you under is the Dodge Island Seaport Bridge. This bridge does not take you to Miami Beach, but dead ends right over here on this man-made island called Dodge Island, the port of Miami. 26 cruise liners sail out of this port on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. Folks, that number 26 makes it to visit the Atlantic Ocean. That is our whole big ship. And then what's a small island called Watson Island up on shore, White Building, Ground Road. That's the headquarters for Charles Airlines and Amphibian Airlines. Nevertheless, the oldest airlines in the world. Over 70 years of operation, they've never had a major accident. Hopefully we'll get to see one of those seaplanes a little later on. Here on this island ahead sit helicopters. The helicopter company. They'd be happy to take you up to sightseeing. We'll go underneath it, make a right-hand turn, and at that point, we'll be headed for the island city of Miami Beach.
Very busy harbor.
Puede ir a la oportunidad de ver a la distancia el único crucero que está en el puerto de Miami. Es el más nuevo de todos los cruceros en el mundo. Se llama Station, parte de la compañía Thanks Farm. Un poquito al frente a la derecha para ver la oficina.
And we move along and see that historic building right there with the tower. There's the Miami Herald over there.
The island will be passing ahead and to our left is called Biscayne Isle, named after the body of water we're traveling upon Biscayne Bay. Ahead of us is San Marco, San Marino, Andrew. There's homeless have shown up down here in South Florida. And the county has passed a tax that hopefully will be able to help some of these homeless
These are the shacks they're living in.
better facilities, buildings over on the maintenance side, and also the rehabilitation programs. Up ahead, you'll see an old house that was originally made in downtown Miami. It was destroyed as they brought it across the bridge here. They were trying to salvage it, actually. It was one of the oldest homes in the city. Half of it fell apart as they brought it across.
These are where the homeless are living.
An old yacht club ahead of us here that eventually will be rebuilt. And then right ahead of us is the city of Miami Beach. 22
The homeless guys out there.
22 of those islands are artificial man-made. I don't know if you're aware of this, but everything that you will see on our little tour around the harbor this afternoon, 16 man-made islands in this town. Carl Fisher completed his 16th sometime back in the year of 1924. As he developed this real estate, he was selling it and he promoted Miami Beach as a millionaire's winter playground. That's pretty much the days you're about to see. However, Fisher wasn't doing that
That's
for
another
charity.
homeless.
He made a fortune there.
Right
The
there.
downside of Fisher's push for you is the man lost that fortune.
See that half of it fell off here in the bay. Biscayne Bay, so that's all that's left of it. There's a nice large cruise ship down here. The sky's pretty ominous overhead. It's very obviously going to be a storm. Nice homes along the island is made of flatted small boats outside their Florida-style homes. That's the only way to own a boat. Away from it all. There's Rainbow, Miami, Florida.
They're talking about the size of the ends, look.
I like the way they created these boats.
the bedside
A lot of water.
My cousin.
Yeah, that's the size of the boat. Remember I was telling you about it the other day, Phyllis?
Property off here to your right is our tinted window and red tile roof balcony on the second floor. Originally built by Fred C. Deal of Dearborn, Michigan. He was the purchasing agent, vice president of the Ford Motor Car Company, Michigan Henry Ford, that actually founded that automobile company here in this country. La casa a la derecha, color blanco, techo rojo de 2 pisos, están propiedad del señor Fred C. Deal, que vive aquí en Miami. Él pone de varios lugares donde tenemos autos Ford y es parte de la familia Ford de los autos.
When I get the Virginia lottery, then I'm going to take him down here and buy one of these and put it right on the water. I'll be able to run out every day.
Rockville Island this evening afternoon. We'll show you a home one block in the Torrey Gangster.
But you can come to Florida and sell these properties. Nicely put it. Nice and smooth right down here. There's a work boat. Some of the workers.
here, you won't miss it because there's two sailboats out back. A larger sailboat with blue boots and a small one with the tannish colored trim. The building on your left on the water's edge, buck color, two-story. This property today is Hank Morrison.
One of these
Captain
houses.
Hank Morrison is the senior chief pilot for Delta Airlines.
Yeah.
That one right here.
Home
Cerca de
is
nosotros que está construido en el muelle. Lo construyeron por las bordas falsas de Alcamón.
owned by the chief pilot of Delta.
Hoy en día la casa pertenece a... We make this turn. There's two sailboats out of back, the building on the water house, but never came back out alive. Al Capone, Chicago, Cicero, Al Capone.
Which house, Pat?
The one that we just had you photograph.
Oh, I see. I like the insurance on that.
Otra vez
He's
la
got
casa que
twin
está frente a la
engines.
derecha, hay dos veleros en el muelle, la propiedad que
It's the one with
perteneció
the two sailboats.
al
Okay.
mafioso Al
And then there's the
Capone.
boathouse, and then you can see the main house behind it. This is the boathouse.
Right here is the boathouse, right?
Uh-huh.
Al Capone's place. The guy says he wondered how many people came out. Sea Fox from Dover, Delaware.
It belongs
Ahead of us here in a few moments, we'll be
Warning.
passing a rather large
Bad
creek
dog.
house with a red tile roof, white awning on
Warning,
back, a
bad
blue
dog.
speedboat hanging up out of the water. That's a home that about 8 years ago was bought cash. A large suitcase full of money, I understand $1.5 million. The man that bought it stayed 5 days, and the reason for such a short stay, ex-President Jimmy Carter placed a phone call to this home asking the owner to leave the country. Obliged, traveling the world, was literally blown to pieces in Paraguay by a bazooka by some Argentinian terrorists. I'm referring to the late Anastasio Somoza, Mr. Somoza being the ex-president of Nicaragua.
Whose boat is this? Here it is.
La casa que está un poquito al frente a la derecha, color blanco, techo rojo, hay un bote color blanco y azul en el muelle. La propiedad que perteneció al expresidente de Nicaragua, Anastasio Somoza. Somoza pagó más de $2 millones para la propiedad.
Pat, sit up straight, will you please? That looks much better. Well, I mean, if you want to look like a slob, you know, that's up to you. Along a busy highway.
I don't know that I'd want to have a place on this side. They look over that.
There's that big boat that we could see before, Dave, remember?
Sensation.
All the sensation.
I don't know what line it is.
Well, that was a big cruise ship. The Carnival line.
Norwegian line's the best. That new one that the Royal Caribbean's got out looks like a big
1, 2,
birthday
3,
cake on the
4,
bar that's
5,
all
6,
round
7, 8,
and
9 stories on it.
See, that one doesn't even look like a big boat.
That is Julio Iglesias. Mr. Iglesias is also part owner of the arena in downtown Miami, and as I like to say, poor guy.
This is the one he owns, huh?
Right ahead. One of two. La casa que está
What's
frente a
that tower
nosotros,
out
color
there?
blanco,
Did he do that
techo
too?
rojo, es una de las propiedades que pertenece al señor Julio Iglesias. Julio Iglesias tiene otra casa más al norte de una isla que se llama Indian Creek. Él es medio dueño de Miami y el equipo Miami Heat. Una de las propiedades aquí en Miami que pertenece al señor Julio
For an emergency water tank.
Hmm.
It is no longer. It's being renovated or torn apart or something by a big investor here on the island.
I see. So it was a special water station.
La música rap is Vanilla Ice. I got a mano derecha France. He bought it from Don Johnson. Sonny Crockett, the actor of Miami Vice. That's where Crockett lived while residing in South Florida during that TV series. La casa color rosado, hay una escena parabólica a la mano derecha del jardín. La propiedad que perteneció a Don Johnson del show Miami Vice, stock market. I don't know much more about the man. He's 34 years old. He's got 4 other properties here on Star Island. Recently purchased 30 acres of land on Miami Beach. An article in the newspaper said his dreams are to rebuild the south end of this city. One thing I can tell you that the city said that, that the paper said that really stunned me was that the man makes $6 billion a month on his investments alone around the world. That's a lot of money. Thomas Kramer. His family are lots of friends, and of course lots of main service. The next problem I see is you need a lot of money to buy it because we understand the asking price is $10.5 million. But not a bad place to spend the winter. Próxima a la casa que van a ver es la casa más grande de todas las propiedades. Hay 23 dormitorios, 7 caballos de baños. La casa se vende para $10 millones. Eso no incluye el bote de dueño. Right ahead of us is the big island of Miami Beach, the only natural island in this entire city. The buildings that you're looking at here along the backside of this island are the condominiums and apartments. About 6 blocks straight across is where the oceanfront hotels are located. In this particular area, the old Art Deco hotels, the ones that are known probably all around the world that were built here on the beach back in the 20s and 30s. Coming into view on the corner of the island in a moment behind the black wrought iron fence, a beautiful pink house with a white roof that in the 50s, late 50s, was very, very popular. The property, that is, an actress, both gorgeous and talented, honeymooned there on many occasions. This actress today known all around the world for her many honeymoons and divorces, as well as her gorgeous eyes. You know who that is, Elizabeth Taylor. As I like to say, she's the finest housekeeper in the country. I say that because every time she gets divorced, she keeps the house. Elizabeth Taylor. What time is Miami Beach? Now the next property I'd like to point out is to Mr. Ronnie Cycli. Mr. Cycli is a local...
He's 25 and single. They did a nice job today.
Hello there.
I'm just saying, you did a good job.
Oh, watch out, we're gonna hit the boat.
Uh-oh.
Loose, named after the young lady's most successful album that hit platinum 4 times. This is the property belonging to the lead singer of the Miami Sound Machine, Gloria Estefan. This property belonging to Gloria and Emilio Estefan of the Miami Sound Machine. Now rumors have it, the little pink house to the right with the white roof she purchased, and they claim she'll be turning this into her studio. Poor girl won't have far to walk to work. Past the south end of Miami Beach, the U.S. Coast Guard base down the backside of the Port of Miami along Fisher Island. On the other side of the bridge, I'll be back with you with a few more things to visitors.
I don't know where Beth gets her information. It sounded interesting. Wow.
One way to make it. You get away with it. Over to your right is the U.S. Coast Guard base, that little island right there, man-made. It is the busiest Coast Guard base in our country as far as trying to stop contraband or aliens from coming into South Florida. This is the Miami Beach Marina off to your left, and you can see it's rather large. I think it can accommodate almost 1,400 boats at one time. It's where they filmed a lot of Miami Vice as well as the movie Scarface with the actor Al Pacino. South Point Tower is that big pink building which is a condominium on Miami Beach. And just ahead and out to your left, the open Atlantic Ocean. That's also the entrance to the Bermuda Triangle, although I won't go that way. I'll be making a right-hand turn because hundreds of boats and ships have been lost out there. We'll go back into the safe, smooth waters of Biscayne Bay. That's Julio Iglesias right there, ladies. Indian Creek. That's him on his boat.
This boat's still there.
Ahí está Julio Iglesias en su bote atrás de nosotros, que dice Indian Creek. No sé si lo pueden, es un poco difícil ver, pero él está ahí atrás. Julio Iglesias.
Well, you know that?
Big Sonic. Sonic People that own the Sonic Burger place.
Fisher Island. Y en un momento van a poder ver mi apartamento que está aquí en Fisher Island. These big green tanks you see here to your left is the Coastal Fuel Farm. This farm is responsible for fueling all of the big container ships and cruise ships that sail out of this port. The rest of this island you're looking at here to your left is known as Fisher Island. It's very private, it's very exclusive, and it's definitely very, very expensive. Starting prices on those red roof buildings, a studio, one-room convertible, $400,000. Possibly a studio doesn't fit your needs or your curiosity is the most expensive unit available. 6-bedroom, 3-bath, penthouse out along the ocean, and depending on its location, between $4 and $5 million. Now there are no bridges connecting Fisher Island to Miami or Miami Beach. The only access to that island is by ferry boat. Off to your right, the large cranes you see here are gantry cranes. They're mobile, they're computerized. They were shipped in from Germany, costing around $4 million a piece. These cranes have been placed here for one reason and one reason alone, to speed up the unloading and loading process of the big cargo ships that have recently been sailing here out of this port. Whoa! I think you saw that speedboat just become airborne ahead of us. The cargo business is very, very big here at the port. There are something like 50 or more container companies that work off this small man-made island that serve nearly 500 ports around the world. We're considered about the 5th busiest container port in the U.S. Up ahead of us, the skyline you're looking at is Brickell Avenue. As we get further down along the port, you'll see the downtown area of Miami. In a moment out to your left, you're going to see a huge bridge which connects a large piece of greenery over to Miami. That greenery is called Virginia Key. Virginia Key is the beginning of the chain of Florida Keys. It starts right here and stretches all the way down to Key West. Virginia Key's neighbor is Key Biscayne, and that is the area that once housed ex-President Nixon. His buddy Rebozo, B.B. Rebozo, is still living right next door. Now when we get closer to the mainland side, I'll get back on the microphone and tell you about some of the big buildings we'll be looking at in downtown. A la derecha de nosotros, el sector del puerto de Miami que se llama Loomis Island, y es donde se embarcan todos los... A la izquierda, en la distancia, hay dos distancias. Estas son las distancias de Virginia Key y Biscayne. Aquí se le van a encontrar varias playas, Marine Stadium y Aquarium. Entonces Virginia Key y Biscayne. Si tienen tiempo y quieren ir a una playa muy bonita, en Virginia Key.
Could you take some pictures so I can get this too? Stand up. You got it? That's good. I didn't take a shot of me. Here I am. What an angel track. You know, the Western Council that it is. We got some good Miami in the background. Notice the sun is up there. That's coming by.
By the way, I forgot to mention it because I really wasn't paying too much attention, but if you look off to your right, you will see the newest cruise ship in the world.
Usted recién acabó de llegar a la ciudad de Miami este fin de semana.
We need the sign. Now you can sweep around and look at Miami, where we're staying. Can you pick out the Intercontinental? You see the condos? Huh? Can you see the Intercontinental? I can see it, Beth. Ben, are you there? So we're coming back into port now. I see a chopper over there. You know, we're going to have a storm.
I know, I think it's right behind you.
We may get back just in time. And here's the bridge we can see from our hotel room. That boat's still following us in. He's going real slowly. Right? No, from Miami.
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 I have a bunch of family.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
Dorothy Hart. She works with she's with one of the TV stations.
Going back to
Big island on Miami Beach that I showed you earlier in the cruise. All the rest of this real estate's man-made. Even Bayfront Park and Bayside, all of that land was pumped up from the bottom of Biscayne Bay. Up ahead is the mouth of the Miami River. The river is possibly the shortest navigable river in our country, but one of the most lucrative, claiming several $100 million a year are made on this river, importing and exporting merchandise. And in the Caribbean and Bahamian islands, commercial fishermen bring their catch-up daily. And millionaires like the late Campos Forbes used to repair one of his many yachts here on our river called the Highlander.
Donde está Bayside y todo eso, los edificios, todo esto es edificial, yo considero ahí en los años 20 y 30 por el señor Paul Fisher.
Where the bushes are is where the swimming deck is. There's the Hyatt up ahead.
A la derecha de nosotros, el edificio más alto de toda la ciudad de Miami en el estado de la Florida. El que está a la izquierda, uno que es bien redondo, se llama el National Place, 47 pisos. Es el banco que nombra todas las noches, a diferentes épocas del año, cambian el color del edificio. Por ejemplo, Navidad, azul y blanco, viernes sabantín, rojo, 4 de julio, rojo, blanco y azul. So there's gentlemen hanging over the sides in that quartered circular building with the glass and white horizontal stripes. There's maybe snowflakes down the front of that building. That building is one that's illuminated every night. The cost of the illumination is somewhere around $1,000 an evening. Called the International Place, Great Western Swings and houses inside with coffees. Up ahead, we're going to go right up to the high end of the cylinder. So looking to see the city passengers waiting to hop on board and take a tour with us. The interesting part as we cruise up here is that you can notice a lot of construction going on here as they're making way for a new bridge. They tore the old one down. The main part is connecting Brickell Avenue to downtown Miami. So we're placing a large brand new bridge here. The bridge is probably going to cost $66 million. Up ahead and off to your left, you're going to see it. Desde barco se van a entrar en la ciudad de Miami. Nosotros estaremos regresando a Bayside dentro de unos 15 minutos. vessels that have recently been confiscated from the Haitian cargo.
Is that right? It's right up there.
Conquer to the right is the Hyatt Regency Hotel and Gainesville Night Convention Center. Up ahead is the small people mover system that runs around the downtown area. And beyond that, you'll see the larger Metro Rail system that runs to the outskirts of suburbs. Over here to your right, the Hyatt Hotel.
I'm gonna stop here and see if there's
A la
anybody.
izquierda de nosotros, esta es la oficina de aduanas de los Estados Unidos. Estos son los que revisan los barcos que llegan a la ciudad de Miami, al puerto de Miami. Los revisan. Bring this to your attention. If you look on top of the building, you see that yellow crane, and you make out what's underneath that crane on that glass building. That's a jet, a Phantom fighter jet that was placed there for the filming of a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh, I can
This
see
is
that.
one of the jets that lands like a helicopter. And then what's supposed to happen during this scene is supposed to land on top of the building. He's going to jump out and it's going to blow up. So.
Miami Beach.
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought they were gonna pick somebody up. Apparently they didn't have anybody to pick up. There you go.
I know, I never do. I'm not sure.
Isn't that right, David? You never know when I'm taking pictures. That's right.
What holiday is this?
Luxury condos for sale.
$1 million laser machine where you see that big purple cylinder that exploded. The beautiful buildings here, marble and design is traditional. Up ahead, the guitar you see here, and it has $1 million replica of it. That's what it costs to construct. Play on top of Miami New Hard Rock Cafe. A la izquierda de nosotros se encuentra el Backwood Bar, que es donde tiene todos los conciertos y sus actividades durante el año en Miami Bayside. Tenemos una cámara para tomar un foto muy bonito de los dos edificios más altos de la ciudad, a la izquierda de nosotros. Un poquito al frente de la izquierda el parque del Backwood Bar, que es donde tiene conciertos. Al frente el centro de Bayside. También cumplió los 6 años hace 4 meses, con solo 27 millones de dólares para construir Bayside. La guitarra que está en el techo es el restaurante que es el Hard Rock Cafe, un restaurante que es conocido por todos los países del mundo, que recién acabó de abrir hace menos de 2
Then he will remember
La
that's
guitarra
statue
costó $1 millones de dólares para
to
construir
Christopher Columbus.
el Hard Rock Cafe. Y esta es la guitarra más grande de todo.
Old Chris.
And just about 10 more minutes to be tied back in the Bayside Marketplace. We'd like to say anything for the Hope you enjoy the trip. Hope you have a pleasant stay here in Bayside as well as the city of Miami and certainly safe and pleasant journey back home
Very
again.
nice.
Check around the areas that you've been standing and sitting, please, making sure you've got your cameras, purses, wallets, things like that. And if you enjoyed the cruise, do us a small favor. Go back and tell all your friends and neighbors. If you didn't, let's keep it our little secret. Thanks for coming with us, and we'll say good afternoon. It was a pleasure to have you aboard. Yo y la compañía de seguridad Lady tenemos que usar mis viajes. Vamos a hacer un favor, tengan mucho cuidado al bajar las escaleras y tengan un buen día y noche aquí en Miami y Bayside. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. Muy obrigado.
Harbor at Bayside. Very nice. Interesting, all the shops and so forth. We've enjoyed them immensely. This is used to trap the debris. Just have to run through here and dig it up periodically. Everything's hotel. I feel rain. There you see the Intercontinental. That's it. This is from our window. Moving on up. What does he call this? He calls it Miami River?
Yes, the Miami River.
He says it's the shortest river in the world or some nonsense, didn't he? Hmm? But they make a lot of money with the vessels that ply it. That one's out of focus there. Little boat going up. Clouds on the horizon. It's been raining today. We've been over at Miami Beach. Huh?
I said we got enough stuff.
You think?
Yes.
Hmm?
For us, see, I brought fruit with us in case we wanted some for lunch.
Right.
We never ate it.
Well, that's all right.
We didn't eat lunch. Did
We
we?
didn't. I like these Chinese style chairs, don't you? Nice. 4 o'clock reception. It looks like it's about 4. It's going to be. I mean, it's not a reception. We're going to be oriented, right? And there's Mom standing over by the elevator with all her bells and whistles.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd rather carry that than the yellow one.
That's our famous diaper bag.
You ought to see the one that.
Got his picture on the camera this time.
You got your name tag.
Where we had our breakfast. This hotel has a 13th floor. You don't believe it? We'll stop at the 13th next time. I hope she finds out where she's supposed to be pretty soon. Taking care of things for WCR. Oh, have you? Oh, good. Okay. This gentleman was here this morning. You've been here all day, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Right. He hasn't missed a moment.
I had one committee meeting, and that was it.
We're just running out of
Finance means that he handles all of the money.
Well, he said you would suggest you put a ticket up on the, put it up on the
Upcoming presidents of the local association. Do you have a few words to say for the,
Where's Betty?
I wish he'd move it. Anyway, good day.
In fact, Phyllis told them what we already know.
Aha.
Just your heart's desire, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure where all
I need to see you, Jennifer.
Geez, what did you do, Jennifer?
It wasn't Jennifer.
Okay, what do I need to call it?
Okay, go over and get mine. Not a problem. No, it's Sherman's. You got it.
And I need tickets for Saturday and
Oh,
Sunday.
boy.
Did you order those ahead of
They're
time?
paid ahead of time.
Honey, are you?
I was ignoring the poor people.
Yeah. I'll let them know.
Monstrosity from the balcony. And Carol Steinhardt tells us this is a media surge, right? As far
I
as
feel
the-
that it is,
Right.
and we welcome you to our city, and take care to a certain extent, but have a lot of fun.
There, you know it. We'll do it.
Thank you.
How about that? And this gentleman, you're also Miami.
I'm a native Miami,
Native
yes sir.
Miami. There aren't too many of those.
Oh,
Well, when I say native, I've been here for so many years that I feel that I grew up here. But like most people, I think I'm a transplant. I think my children are natives.
Right. They were born and raised here, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful place, though. I mean, so many opportunities. If you like the water and the sun, this is the place to be.
I can't visualize you being anywhere else and being happy. I mean, if you're a golfer, you got to be crazy not to be
To
here.
be here, right?
And as you get older and older and the weather gets colder and colder, this seems to be the migration point because everybody comes here.
You appreciate it more.
It is a great area for I won't say elderly, but for the people that enjoy the outdoors. This is absolutely magnificent.
Do you have a boat of your own, or do you
Of
mostly
course.
golf? Well, I wouldn't be here without one, you know.
Well, I have a boat. My son handles the boat. I do the golfing. That's my job.
That's the way to go. Nice. I wish mine hadn't moved all over the world, and then I'd have somebody to handle the boat. You know?
That's who you see. What you do is you buy a boat for your son.
Yeah.
And then you let him take you fishing at your convenience.
That's I just learned how
Then you
to
don't
do
have the headaches of the boat.
Good. I just learned how to do it. Yes. I'm the official photographer,
And he has a badge now. That registers as that name.
and this is Jeannie Williamson from Nashville, Tennessee. How about that? It's been a long time since I've been in Nashville. Betty seems to be very excited about W.H. Smith. Now they're there with the flamingos. That's all right. This is a place to buy, huh? Look at that.
Well, this is
This looks
Halloween
like
stuff.
there. You'll love
Just
it.
like Miami.
There you go. You'll love this. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, that's just his hat.
This is water melted.
In 3 inches of water. I like that. That's neat. He's got his coffee. In other words, he doesn't go to work in the morning, probably, huh? It is.
Yes.
That's why you were so excited. The gentleman at the counter wasn't sure. I love to do postcards.
See, I'm so short. Yeah, I like those too. And it's all one fabric. And that's right. And it hits just right for your bow. It just comes down to the top.
And they will open the door momentarily. There it is. And he's ready. Good evening, sir. We're ready.
Got a billboard plate out front later. That's nice.
Wonderful. What's the
Turn.
Hey, get that little short skirt.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my God. Hey, do that again.
She cut right up.
There you are. Look at that.
crazy? Your husband is crazy.
Our South American bombshell.
Get out of the way so he can take care of you guys.
Our South American bombshell is here.
So you're going to show him how to do it.
Hi. You're enjoying it. It's very good. We're enjoying it. Right there. How about that? Turnabout's fair play, isn't it?
That's me.
That's you. One of my memories of the soiree.
That's it.
On there too. There you go. Huh?
I had my brother-in-law lives in Richmond.
Oh, your brother-in-law lives
Yeah.
there?
No, we were there about 2 months ago.
Were you up in Richmond?
Really neat. Yeah, really, really nice.
It's not a bad town at all.
I know, it's nice.
Really?
Nice. You know, I can't remember. No, I can't even remember when. Nice.
Well, I'll see you again during the soiree.
Okay.
And what you do is you remember where he lives. Or what his address is. And I'll say hi to him for you.
Yeah, Renz, W-R-E-N-S.
Pardon?
Renz Road.
Renz?
W-R-E-N-S Road.
Ask my wife. She's the realtor. She would know. Okay? Establishment. Skylight. We are heading for the elevators.
I know. How are you? Nice to see you. Hi, Betsy. How are you? Lovely to see you. See you good. You're great. I was being told that you don't have a boy like that. You can't.
Given by the executive committee. I'm just following rules.
I've been used and abused. So you'll be running to get my blue bag. She wouldn't let me lie.
Make a left.
He knows where to go.
Yeah, this is the well-informed concierge. I mean, he does an excellent
Are you
job.
famous like?
Two beautiful women.
Oh, listen, this one.
He knows everything.
With those gorgeous eyes.
That's right.
Why is
Are
he
we gonna be
filming
on
this
the
right
news
now?
tonight?
Are we going to be on the news tonight?
Absolutely.
Panasonic
You
here.
know it. 6:45. Off in the distance, you can see the Royal Caribbean. headquarters for all luxury yachts.
This is me, I'm filming myself on the video.
Right. I gotta get on there somehow. Thursday, isn't it, Beth?
Yeah.
And as you can see, here's the reflection of our window. Very foggy, overcast, a really dull day. It's about 6 o'clock now. We're heading out for breakfast. Very little activity. No one down on that nice track, Bet. There's a nice jogging track down there. Obviously no one in the pool this morning. Hey, there's somebody down there swimming, Bet. One person, he just did a breaststroke the length of the pool. See him? When we come back from that meeting, we'll go, huh? There's a little boat just came down the Miami River, and he turned off there. So there's supposed to be more rain today. Anyhow, we'll enjoy ourselves just the same. Right? Hmm? 20 miles an hour and the sky is overcast. Right outside the Miami Center. Across the way you see the Barnett Dock and the DuPont Plaza. I'm standing outside of the building, enjoying the breeze. I'll be going into the meeting at 11 o'clock.
Our meetings, and about 5 years ago they said, let's put a billboard up. The most amazing thing about a billboard, if your company can afford one, or eventually you can afford one, is I had this billboard is on M97, but people think they see it on I-94 and I-75. They don't even really realize where it's at because they just see it. And I see a billboard here, and then I see another one here, and about half. That is so amazing to have voicemail. I can't tell you. It's just unbelievable. I don't know how I worked as much as I did before without it. I'm sure glad it's here because we're back 15 years ago. I was 18, 19, whatever I was, 20 years old. I had a girl that came in and took my floor time with me. If someone called and wanted to buy a house, I wanted to talk to them. If they wanted to leave a message for another agent, they had to talk to her because I'm not giving good messages, and they fired me if I wrote the messages because you can't hardly read my writing. I mean, all I want to do is talk to buyers and sellers. Still today, that's what I want to do, buyer or seller. If my wife doesn't go with me, I had an assistant who's been with me like 7 years. She started when she was 16. True story. I would come here, Kathy couldn't make it because we had a baby or something. I'd have to bring her with me. And we'd have to have either the same room or an adjoining room because we had an adjoining room, we had to leave the door open. I mean, I am scared to be by myself. It's just, I can't stand it. My wife goes out, we have to have a babysitter. If that doesn't work, I have to order pizza and I got to talk to Pizza Boy into eating it with us. I mean, I am not going to be home by myself. I am scared to be home by myself. In fact, if you get a smaller house, maybe I wouldn't be as scared. But what these boxes do, these boxes are the hottest things I'm working on. These are the things that are going to put money in my pocket. It doesn't matter how you do it, but all these things are dollars. Right? That guy just lost a lot of dollars. What goes in here is either eating my time or going to be a profit center for myself or a company I'm involved in. So when I don't have something to do, when I'm not working, this is a Franklin planner, when I'm not working in that, and I'm making calls, not with a buyer, not with a seller, I'd rather one of these boxes and making something happen. This morning at 8 o'clock, I was on my phone talking to voicemail, and I left messages for everybody, but I wrote those notes down yesterday to tell them what to do today. My staff will sell more houses and get more done because I'm gone. I don't believe that, but it's true. They're going to get a copy of this. They are more productive when I'm not there at home than when they're staying on target, doing their to-do list. When I'm there, Kate, come here, Rock, come here. I'm always having to pull off and do something else, but just really. Oh, she's coming tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That is fantastic. How about if I call you at 7 o'clock tomorrow and see how that went? One better thing, how about if I come by at 7? At 7 I'll be on an appointment. How about if I come by at 7:30? Or how about if you come by my office? I'd like you to see it. Something, whatever works for you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But here's the absolute, by far the best thing that works. I seal a deal with the florist and a guy that does pies. I deliver something. They're there at 5. They get something about 5:30. And thank you from me. And what are they going to do with this banquet if these flowers come in or this pie comes in fresh, hot? What are they going to do? Not think about where it came from? I mean, it's like, okay, maybe that's not fair, okay? But, I mean, I have expensive taste. I need to get paid. I have a lot of things I want to accomplish. I try to do something that's different. I try to thank them for everything they do. Basically, I would say we get about 90% of the at-bats that we attend that we want. I mean, I go on houses I don't want to list. You have to learn not to list everything. Walk away. When you walk away from a listing, you will have 10 more listings that next year because of that. If you take a seller that's sitting there and they're drilling you and telling you this and that, how do you advertise, how many open houses, it might not work. And if you in your heart don't think it'll work, tell them, I don't think this is going to work. I think the agent coming tomorrow is who you should go with. I really do. I mean, who was it again? Oh, they do a great job. I know she holds open houses every single day. She'll do that for you. I mean, don't knock that other agent. Say, that agent's part-time, that agent's no good, they do this, they do that. We can't do that. And don't ever do it. Don't ever go to their level. But walk away. Go home and give someone a listing back. It feels good. Fire them before they fire you. It's going to expire in 24 hours. Call them and say, I don't want your listing anymore. You probably weren't going to keep it anyway. But you've got to get rid of listings that aren't going to sell. Don't take them if they're not going to sell. It makes you look bad. When someone shows my listing in my marketplace, they know I'm going to do everything that I can to get it first signed by the seller and then closed. I mean, I have a good staff of people. So now we have the listing. However we got it, if they came to the office or whatever happened, it expired, I sent expired letters, sold cards. Ask me about our expired letters if I get time to do. Joe Barnett then, every Sunday is when we start calling. It takes till about Wednesday or Thursday to get everybody called. But we tell them starting on Sunday we're going to call. If they're getting showings, our office is calling them anyways. It's not as important as the ones that aren't getting showings. Last night I gave Joe 2 messages that we thought about last night. This morning I gave him 2 houses I want to lower. Tell them we're all set at a convention. Here's what I just found out. If they did this in the marketplace, they're at a price range $2,500, $1,500. I'm at the national. He's at the national convention. He says this will really work. He just learned about it. Stanley came in and woke me up last night at midnight and gave me a brainstorm. You know what I mean? So things work, but you got to try. Don't be afraid to call them and tell them what's got to happen. So Joe calls them every Sunday. Is what we tell you every Sunday. And we send them letters too. We tell them if we're busy with offers, it might not be Sunday, but depending on what listings you have, you probably can get everybody called in one evening. You got any questions, let's make it Thursday or Wednesday. That's the day we're going to talk. That's the day we're going to go over everything. If you got a question on Tuesday, please wait till I call you on Thursday. We find in our marketplace, the people with phone machines, we'll just leave it on their phone machine. They know we're going to call. We call, we give them the information, and everything's fine. I mean, I will literally have a seller that maybe everything was communicated by their phone machine and our voicemail for a 3, 4, 6 month period of time. Basically what the letter says is I specialize in selling hard to sell properties. If their house didn't sell, do they think it's hard to sell? Mm-hmm. Yes. I just want to get in the door. It was $150, it'll move at $140, get a price reduction, it's sold in 30 days and I'm a hero. mean, do I want to be there first for an overpriced listing or second? I want to be there second. The second letter, we sent them a few days later. It's at the bottom, it's handwritten. Please don't throw my letter away again. Sometimes we even change it. Please don't throw my letter away again, or we'll put another one on there. I looked, but I couldn't find the dollar. You see, I mean, people actually call you, went through our garbage? I said, no, it's creativity. It's creativity. We want to show you that we're different. But that's kind of what I do. I guess I'll close. I'll stay up here if you have any questions. I'd just like to, if you ever want to come to Michigan, give me a call. I got the very best staff in the world. I got the very best wife and the 2 best kids, and only in America. But let me tell you about this book. And I didn't write it, and I'm not making anything off of it. The Platinum Rule, the guy that wrote it is Art Fettig. By far, it talks about giving. You have to give to receive. This book talks about secretly giving. I would tell people knowing about what you give. I have given homes away in my marketplace, but I made a mistake. I give a home away to Turning Point. I give a home away to Habitat for Humanity. But I told everybody I gave these homes away. The things I do in the future, I'll always bring these up. The things I do, I'm going to do because I believe, and I'm not going to ask. No one will know. If I go and give something to some unit entity, they can't ever tell anybody, or they have to pay it back, basically, is what kind of principle that I try to follow. By secretly giving, more things that come to you. And I'm not talking about at your church or anything like that. I mean, you go loan your brother money, and he doesn't pay you back. Every time you're with him at a holiday, it's a problem. The philosophy I would say is, I would go give the money to my brother, don't ever pay me back, but go help someone else. Thank God we're in America. It's a great place. Thank you, Women's Council. Hope I come back.
I'm standing outside of the Valentine's Suite. See the story there. I see the band, the guitar coming down now. Carefully. It's almost all the way around. There it is. That's it. Over at the Hard Rock Cafe. Beautiful clouds. Who was it from?
Candace.
Candace, she called you again. Huh. Well, maybe she got some other ideas.
No, she says find a replacement if you can.
Well, yeah, the sun is halfway shining. We'll have to go back out this afternoon, huh?
Yeah.
On the wind. Well, there's a couple people down there sunning, Bet. You know? These new times for November 10th through 16th, 1993, which is the local equivalent to the Style magazine in Richmond. It's quite informative. And right across through our window is this Brickell Island, as you can see. And we could own a condo over there for $79,000. Picture of it in the paper. Yes, on a private island for less than you think. Where you see the 3 tall structures Ours is the one which is the shortest, just to the left. You also see our swimming pool, which is that lower section, which is really on the 5th level. There in the distance, you see that aircraft that we noted earlier in this
You probably should do that
film,
in daylight.
which is associated with
Arnold Schwarzenegger's film.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's film.
Last Action Hero or something.
Well, whatever it was.
I think that's what it was.
Is that what it was?
Something similar to that.
The sun is coming up, as you can see. And this is looking up the short Miami River. From our room. See the Hyatt Hotel and the DuPont Plaza, which is the shorter one. With the bed messed up. And my PJs sitting up there. And our bath with our bathing suits up there. As well, which was real nice. Penthouse here. I'm taking my picture. How's that? The smiling photographer. Bunch of hams in this family. I'm more interested in this tree though. Then we got these palm trees, these short ones. Then we got these real tall ones. same 2 or 3 songs. Below deck. You got a ladies' room and a men's room on board. Hard rock guitar. Beautiful breeze today.
By Marine Metals.
How about that? How many years ago?
88.
In 1988.
Richmond's a great place. You got the historical society there, the Heritage Society there.
That's right. Have you been sailing this long?
This one, yeah, I've had this one since 88, and I have another one in the Bahamas I've had since 75.
I'm going to enjoy this, I think. I'm going to get some good video.
I've often wondered when I was at school in Charleston why we used to play Richmond, why the school's name was the Spiders.
I've never figured that out myself. University of Richmond.
Yeah.
Or Spiders. Where are you from originally?
Oh, I'm from, I'm brought up here. I went to school in Charleston, but I was born in New Jersey.
I see. I was stationed there in Charleston at one time.
Yeah, I went to the Citadel.
Yeah.
I was in a class in 1960 at the Citadel.
Good school.
Yeah, it was a very good school.
Up there and set the jib and the flying jib. In front of us now is the busiest cruise. Some were down island. Come back tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, and they leave on the same days.
Get hooked on it, don't they?
Yeah, they're addicting, aren't they?
Right.
This was a beautiful ship. It was, I think it's a year old. Oh, yeah.
We were on one of the oldest ships now, Tanner. We've been on that twice. We love it. I like small ships, only about 700 people. Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's more open. But these new ones are so close. You gotta find the water.
Sit over here, man.
I think they would.
Off to the right is Bayfront Park. A combination of Bayside and Bayfront Park, 4%
That's where we went on the
for the Riverbank.
This river was at one time a freshwater river, and it's where Miami got its name. It was fed by a fresh waterfall in the Everglades, and the word Miami is an Indian word pronounced me, and it means sweet water, the Indian word for fresh water. That's the river off to our right. Along this waterfront, the gracious homes of the Flaglers and the Whitneys and the Fishers, all the early developers down here had their homes. Now that was up until 1925, because in 1926, another monster hurricane, no name, no warning, destroyed all of those homes, blew hard for 16 hours, nothing was left, and when the area to here was rezoned many years later, it was rezoned commercial. And the buildings you see are the result of that process. Most of these buildings are financial institutions of one sort or another. Here's the channel for the cruise ships to go to sea. It started in 1905. The way we're going is the route of the old sailing ships, before any of this was here. And trading schooners came and went from Key West, the Bahamas, the West Indies, and down from the east coast of America. They came and went in this direction. Now this bridge in front of us connects Miami on the right with Virginia Key on the left, and then Virginia Key connects to Key Biscayne, which you'll see when we go through the bridge. This is known as Rickenbacker Causeway. It's the entrance to Biscayne Bay as well as the Florida Keys, and it was named after the World War one flying ace who founded Eastern Airlines. A lot of maritime history in Coconut Grove, but equally so, a great deal of international aviation history. The current City Hall of Miami is in Coconut Grove, and that building was, at one time, the passenger terminal for Pan American World Airways, and this bay, right where we are right now, was the runway for the flying boats, the Pan Am Clippers that began the flights to South America. All of that began right here in Biscayne Bay and over there in Coconut Grove. course, remember one time, the lighthouse of Miami was dating days of sailing ships on this coast. The tower itself is the sister tower to the one of the fifth floor hotel in Carl Gables, and both of them were designed after the Miranda Tower at the Cathedral of Sevilla in Spain. There was also the Monte News building at one point. It has recently been refurbished. It belongs to an Arabian group, and ample space is available to all used for parties and other galleries. Off to the right, you see the cruise ship. That's the Florida Responder. That vessel is there for any oil spills along this section of the East Coast. There are 16 of them on this coast, and an equal number, I think, on the West Coast. They are a direct result of the Valdez incident. The oil companies were forced by the government to put a lot of money into a tour. They built those, and the company that spills oil is the one that gets billed for the time and use of those vessels. That's Charles Airline. That's the oldest airline in America. Began as a one-letter airline in 1919. They were flying to the Bahamas ever since and have never from that location and have never had an accident. Although they were hijacked on the street. That's directly in front of us, Charles Airline. Let's see the real close as we go in.
Miami. You may go. The grand opening. This is the trade show in the Miami Beach Convention Hall. Joyce Christine and her husband. Where's the food? Hi, how are you? Let's see, you're all the way.
Where's the food?
Charlottesville, Virginia. What a small world.
Down the back? Yeah.
Bet. Where shall we meet? When? Why?
Okay,
how?
let's go eat first.
All right. Hey.
What they said,
Hey, Rick.
Wow. pretty girls. How about that? Great. Great. And the coat hanger. Right? That's second. Plus the good stuff down under, upside down. That's great.
Yeah.
My wife had a friend that was in Edinburgh recently. She sent us a postcard.
Is that yours?
Yep.
Knowing we had been in Australia. And that card.
It says greetings from Edinburgh.
Went right by our window. Heading out to sea. No, heading for the port of Miami, Bet. You notice there's one?
Well, actually, he's probably heading out to sea.
That one ship keeps the aft end off the dock because they get to work against the tide. Looks like another cloudy day, Bet. That's Rickenbacker Causeway back there in the distance. And the pictures I have of the tall sails we went through there. Little smoke coming out of these guys. You're really pushing it. A little tug down there. Well, they're on their way. The lights are on. Oh, another one sitting up there near the gantries. Remember the gantries? Very slow movement. This is a sample of Spanish TV.
Es una pena que mi hermano esté tan enamorado de ti.
With the heavy breathing and all, huh? I like the bird in the background there. You know, isn't that rather significant? You know, the guy's shooting cacti.
Muy buenas tardes. El debate nacional continúa agudizándose en torno a la aprobación o no la semana entrante del controversial Tratado de Libre Comercio con México. Mientras en Washington aumentan posibles votos a favor del tratado, aquí en Miami parte del exilio cubano ratificó su oposición al mismo. José Alfonso Albor está en vivo frente a
There's some pretty girls on there, you know. Please tell me when you're going to do that to me, will you?
I'm sorry.
Álgidos de fricción entre sectores de la comunidad cubana exiliada y el gobierno de México, cubano, a la posible aprobación del Tratado de Libre Comercio con México. A juicio de los manifestantes, el mismo podría servir de suero económico al gobierno cubano en medio del actual embargo estadounidense. Cualquier gobierno que hace tratados con los Estados Unidos debe respetar las leyes de los Estados Unidos, en sí el embargo contra Cuba, y romper las relaciones diplomáticas que tiene con Cuba. Nosotros definimos el Tratado de Libre Comercio, TLC, como trae lágrimas a Cuba. Y si quiere lo endurecemos y decimos traición, ladrón y cacto.
Es una falacia y falsedad absoluta el hecho de que se crea que a través de la firma del Tratado de Libre Comercio va a tener efecto en otros países. Ese tendrá efecto única y exclusivamente en los 3 países en los que está el compromiso.
Los organizadores de la protesta ponen un éxodo masivo de empresas locales hacia territorio mexicano en busca de mano de obra barata, una vez fuese aprobado el Tratado de Libre Comercio.
Están diciendo a los mexicanos que van a vivir mejor, van a vivir peor. El desempleo aquí va a estar boludo.
Estamos viendo la presencia de empresas automotrices, de las empresas de hamburguesas, de grandes almacenes que ahorita en este momento están buscando vender su mercancía en México más que crear desempleo en Estados Unidos.
José Almora estaba en vivo frente al consulado mexicano aquí en Miami por un problema técnico, no hemos podido continuar con él. Y mientras en Miami se protesta contra el tratado, el presidente Bill Clinton dijo que en los últimos días ha ganado 27 votos más a favor de NAFTA.
I'd like to hear it in English. I'm getting tired of Spanish.
Que aún no tiene suficientes votos en el Congreso para
I've
la
got the
aprobación del
president there.
controversial tratado el próximo miércoles. Mientras tanto, los mexicanos están sufriendo una semana de nerviosismo financiero, con la bolsa de valores en caída e inestabilidad comercial ante la incertidumbre del futuro del Tratado de Libre Comercio. Y a pocos días de que se decida este controversial tema, Noticias 23 ya ha preparado cobertura de equipo. Guillermo Benítez está en Washington y desde el lunes estará informándonos en vivo vía satélite cada paso dado de la capital hasta el día de la votación.
The elevator. We're going to meet David and Phyllis down in the lobby. Good morning, David. You know, it's the way it usually is. We're here, and the ladies are will be arriving momentarily. 9 for our 9 o'clock meeting. It's called Betty and Phyllis time. Breakfast. Hotel. Dutch limos. I love this creative stuff.
His shuttle bus is just.
They gave me my ribbon, but it's not because I know anything
I
going on.
declined wearing it. When I found out what that's supposed to mean, I've known someone, I don't know nothing.
This is so. I know what you mean. You're all of a sudden you're an hour further.
If you don't go with it, if you go with them,
Yeah?
then I'll see you.
At your booth.
I'll be at the.
See our booth.
Yeah, I'll be
Between
there.
what time?
4 and about 5:45.
Okay. If I go with them, I'll see you there. If I don't, I won't.
Right. You need to be back here because.
We're going to the beach.
Her company. Have fun.
Right.
You going to the beach?
Well, at 1:30.
At 1:30, that would be great.
We're gonna walk. We're gonna walk. We're gonna walk it.
Well, we'll all go over there together, and I'll just do my my
At
thing around the
1:30.
thing.
We'll see you. 1:30 downstairs. Our
I'm going
favorite
upstairs
booth.
right now.
All right.
She said they're coming.
We're going. She like to do it with us. See, we'll go over together. Up there skywriting, you know, whatever it is, he's hauling a banner around. Right up there, we got boats coming up the Miami River. Sunshine, there's one going around the corner there. Yeah, we're gonna miss this view, aren't we? We're gonna miss it.
Somebody is coming up. Like the person never got to see it.
We're waiting for the shuttle bus.
I got some good ideas.
Take us on around.
If it's gonna take a long time, if the shuttle was
I just hear several of them here. Yeah.
3 minutes ago, you guys leave about.
We'll pull out the rubber you got, implement it, revise it or whatever.
This bus that they have.
Sure are.
No, we just ain't talking.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm not standing here for no reason.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Canal that's right across from the Fontainebleau. There's a bus for the Jewish elderly. that arch for the depicted scene up there. It's right down the Collins Avenue. What do these guys have here? Huh. That looks like an exercise machine.
Yeah. You'll make an exercise.
Right, that's what we all need. Exercise. No, no money in. Oh, the sun is lovely today. We're going to get some good pictures. The sun's shining brightly today. Historic district.
Whatever. Yeah.
Days. This is a part of Miami Beach. A lot of these convention showers never sleep. The airport, the hotel, the ocean, and the beach.
Do you go any further down the strip?
Canyon.
We just want to do some little shots and do the beach we got on this bus.
This way's up now.
Too bad you don't have a cow catcher on there. You can pick them up and take them with you.
Olvídate de eso, Carlitos. Ven para acá que nosotros te enseñamos. ¡Qué rico! Mira, la pasita de la champán gratis hasta las 11. Y los rayas de los lados a las 1 hasta las 11. Sí, más
Want your picture taken? Nope. That's all right. The family that, I guess, skateboards together and rollerblades together stays together, huh? There you are. You got the right sign there, Dave. $50% off of on all oil, I guess. Jewish affair. It's closed on the Shabbat, which is Saturday. This is moving along. Reminds me a little bit of the mall in outside of Sydney where they have the annual water events, Powers. David's got the victory sign here, whatever it is. Tail enders that are so popular around here. Touch to drink. Hello. How about that? Gonna be a movie star, huh? Maybe it's a
4141 zone C. C as in Charlie.
Got your gurney out there, you got a body on it.
Meeting motor send in. 10:05, take it.
Really believe in it.
It's really been neat to be a part of it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I bought into it right away. I thought, you know, I was to the point. I was really ready to get out of it.
Yeah, you were
because, I mean, you've been there.
I had really peaked.
You know, I'd begun to burn out. Just
Well, I would have thought that's exactly where I was in this time last year. I was really toured, and I hadn't been into it that long either. And I was just really.
So you can use it, we can work with it from there. Now, one of the reasons that I found this to be a very interesting idea is that I do teach seminars in visual imagery applications in education and business, and Homework approached me with the idea of possibly doing something in the real estate business. I thought this was an excellent idea because 4 years ago I was living solely in New York City and I had a little extra money and it was time to start looking for some property. So I based on what I could afford, I did my research and everything, I found that there was an area in upstate New York, about 4 hours from New York City, that was at the right prices, beautiful land, and that's where I wanted to go. So over a 9-month period, I would go up on the weekends, and during that 9-month period, I looked at about 100 houses.
Very instructive class. It's all right.
Your camera's different. You're taking.
Well, I'm in action.
Yeah, an action shot.
the center.
I hope it turns out.
See how it came out.
Oh, look at you with your camcorder.
Yeah, I'm getting all these camera bugs.
That's why I think you missed the part to it. Oh, yes, you too. It was about every month ago.
Take a look at the sea. Page only, well, I shouldn't say lived, but where we had setups for our little soirees here with Washington National years ago. Convention Center. It's a beautiful day. Say hi to the camera. Wave to the camera. Wave your hand.
Say hi. Say hi, Nathan.
Hi.
Nathan. Say hi.
That's it.
Say hi.
You want to see your picture? Cheese. You said cheese. That's a good boy. And that's their daddy here.
Say cheese.
Right. There you go. You did great. The Convention Center. Good rain today, you know?
Yep.
You think?
You probably will. It's cloudy.
You never know, do you?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I think we'll have rain before the day is out.
Have a good time at school.
All right, well, that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I gotta shoot myself, otherwise I don't get in it.
Exactly.
I gotta know who does it. Big guy jumping rope. In that area. Beautiful chandeliers. And I will shortly exit.
In South Wales, Australia. One of the reasons I wanted to do this was because 2 years ago we visited a think they're third, fourth, and fifth cousins in Wollongong. Just spent one day there, and it's a nice place on the coast, about an hour. And we went over the train. It was a very interesting ride, and it's a nice mountain. He's the first Australian to be awarded the designated Real Estate Instructor Certificate from the Real Estate Education Association of America. And he's the first Australian author to have a real estate book published in the United States of America. A regular visitor to the USA, he's an international educator and author. His company now works with over 10,000 people a year. And I'm sure you've seen a little ad in Real Estate Today or in the Real Estate News, Down Under Dougie. This is Down Under Dougie. He has a unique presentation style that allows for fun, positive learning, and active participation. Be prepared to participate, share, and enjoy this session with Doug Malou.
Because you don't do it right. So you've got to turn to your neighbour and look them in the eye and say, "G'day, mate." Let's see if we can get a rehearsal going. G'day, mate. Now we've got to have a bit more good in it. It's too light. It's too light. You've got to have more "G'day, mate." Come on, a bit more energy. Try that. Thank you for doing that. You know, when we come to an international conference, you'll always meet people that actually don't know what they don't know. Then you meet people that do, but they don't know. You could be sitting next to somebody that knows, but they don't do. Or you might meet somebody that knows and does. So how can we work out which one is which for you? Well, it's pretty simple. Sitting next to you could be Eddie the expert. They've been there and they've done it. Have a quick look. You can usually tell they've got their arms folded. They're not sure why they're here. Have a look and see if you've got Eddie the expert. One, you've only got one so far. That's not bad. You might have Nancy the note-take next to you that's started taking notes already. Don't panic, you Nancy. We've got a comprehensive workbook. We'll tell you what page we're on. We'll tell you when to write things down. Don't start writing anything down just yet. Or you may have tried the competitor. Ask me whatever you like and I won't share anything with you at all. If that person's not sitting next to you, you might have Wally the wallflower, won't talk to anyone, wants to sit on their own, wants to get near the door just in case they don't like this session and they can run out to the next one. Or you might have the sly fox or the foxy lady. Things haven't been too good on a Saturday night. So they thought they better come and get a new telephone number. Well, I'm going to give you plenty of time to get the new telephone numbers. Or you might have a normal person who's going to share some positive ideas. Now my mission is to show you 5 simple steps that will increase your income. But before I do that, we've got to loosen you up a bit. You need to meet a few people. Because in this room there are the great salespeople. There are the growing greats. And there are the great unknowns. You have exactly 10 seconds with the person next to you to tell them what makes you a great agent. Fake it if you have to. Go. Go. In fact, I can tell your selling style by the way you take in information. There are 4 everyday symbols on that screen. There's a rectangle, a triangle, circle, and the sign of Zorro. Quickly pick one of those that best describes your personality. Now, come on, be a bit expressive here. Let go a little bit here and just... Is this exercise going to be too difficult for anyone? Just pick one. Just pick one and don't draw it on the person next to you. They get nervous. Just draw it on a piece of paper. You got one locked in? Barbara has. Here we go. If you've selected this sign, I want a big show of hands. How many people have got the blue rectangle? A big show of hands. But I knew you'd have that. There's only two in the room. Look what the psychologists are saying about you. Intelligent, strong decision maker. Now the rest of them wanted that, but they weren't gauging you first. I understand this. How many people have got the triangle? Oh, we've loosened up a bit now. Look, I thought the Gold Coast had picked the triangle, but no, they didn't. Lateral fingers prepared to look at all sides. The rest are really worried about this thing. There's only two to go. How many people have got the sign of Zorro? How many Zorros have you got? Ah, a few more Zorros. Creative, strong imagination. Leaders of people. Oh. The rest are really worried. How many have got the circle? You should be worried. You could be sitting next to one of these and you didn't even know. You want to have another show of hands? Now look, we've got a 3-day training program that we're going to put you through in the next 2 hours that we're together. So how are we going to do that? We're going to form work groups of 3 people. And there'll be a number 1 person, a number 2, and a number 3. And you're going to form these little work groups. I'm going to put out the ideas. You're going to develop the ideas with the person sitting next to you. You then take an action plan so that at the end of this session, you've got a definite action plan on things you're going to do to improve your income. Because really, why are we in this business? To make some money. You know, if anybody comes to me for a job and I say to them, why do you want to be a real estate agent? And they say, I like meeting people. I say, well, that lasts about 7 days. So what we're going to do this afternoon is give you some of the down-under ideas on 5 simple ways on how you can sell stacks and stacks of real estate. So to get you into your work groups, this is what we do. You put your hand up with that finger in the air. And as soon as you connect with another human being, that's a syndicate of how many? This is an English-speaking audience. I'll try again. This is 1. This is 2. That is 3. Whoa, we made it through the first 5 minutes. So when I say go, get into your work syndicates, exchange names, tell them what makes you great, and let's get to work. You pumped up now, syndicate time, go, up to it, come on, up again, come on, syndicate time, let's go.
I'll be 2.
The first step of selling stacks and stacks of real estate is to get yourselves absolutely organised. Why? It's a pretty simple thing. The biggest problem that we have in this industry is confusing activity with productivity. This is the easiest business in the world to say, my God, was I busy. But what did you produce? So if you want to increase your income, don't confuse activity with productivity. And one of your studies, not one of mine, they went out and interviewed 10,000 people and said, how do you people make more money? And they said, increasing your eyeball-to-eyeball time with the buyers and the sellers. Yet they found we were only spending 15% of our time in that mode, 35% of our time was getting ready, 50% of our day we didn't know where we were. Quickly, tell the person next to you, you do know where you are at least 50% of the time. Come on, tell them. You know where you are. Now what was interesting, on a salary package of $40,000, they found that the hourly rate was $106.66 an hour. So if you want to make more money than you've ever made, get your time management skills in order. You see, everybody runs around a convention like this looking for the secret of success. Everybody comes to a seminar and says, what is the secret? We all went to HBC the other day and listened to those magnificent superstars tell us their secrets. But if you and I reduced their secrets to 3 words, here are the 3 words. 1, their habits. They have unbelievable work habits. 2, they have absolute impeccable systems. They've got their own systems for doing things on an automatic basis. And 3, they've got blinding commitment. And look at the word habit. When you cross the H out, you've got a bit. When you cross the A out, you've got the B out, you've still got it. Habits are the most powerful force. If you want to increase your income, you have to change your habits. And so that comes back to getting time management skills in order. Here's some brand new techniques from down under that you haven't seen. First of all, let's take a quick temperature test on the speaking. How many people can understand what I'm saying? Give me a show of hands. We're doing it right. How many people cannot understand what I'm saying? How many people are not sure what meeting this is? This is C125. How to sell stacks and stacks. So let's get into some brand new ideas. Here's a technique called the error correcting review. And here's all you have to do. This is simple. Take your diary out. At the end of every day, rerun 10 minutes in your mind and say this to yourself. If I had today again, what could I have done or said that would make me more effective? That's all you've got to do. 10 minutes a day. Think about these things, the blinding flashes of the obvious. Have you heard of a lady called Mary Sharp? Mary Sharp picked me up at the airport and took me out for lunch. We walked into the restaurant to have lunch. And as we were walking in, at least 9 people walked up to her and said, "G'day, Mary." They didn't say, "G'day, Mary." They do your salutation. "Mary, how are you?" Chat, chat, chat. She chatted on, and at the end she did this. She put her hand in the pocket, pulled out a business card, put it in their hand and said, "Oh, by the way, don't forget I'm in the real estate business. I need some listings." And I said, "How many cars a day do you get out?" She said, "I try and get out about 150 a week." Well, on a study of 10,000 people, people were asked to rank order their fears, and they said that this was the number 1 fear in the world. Death. That's not unreasonable. Being caught in the wrong bed was the second. Standing and speaking before a group. 68% of the people said that death. 32% said that standing and speaking before a group was their number 1 fear. That means a third of you would rather die than speak.
Miami, we're leaving for the Keys, and weather's beautiful. Wind is, again, is 10 to 15 miles an hour. As you can see, I'm in the window here. Quite a reflection. This is Brick Hill Island across from us, where we may buy a condo one day. The sky is absolutely beautiful. It's about noontime. The sun is shining overhead. I have arranged for our rent-a-car, and when Betty arrives, I will pick it up and we'll be on our way. I expect her momentarily. Beautiful day. See the little marina in the distance. Another small cabin cruising coming up the Miami River. Up there you see the little yellow sort of taxi That's been running to the various hotels. Quite an excellent way to travel around these different man-made islands. The Miami River gets up into a rather interesting place. I can see a chopper over there at the port of Miami, straight ahead. Today, the weather's lovely. See all those bodies. We actually didn't spend as much time in the pool as we would have liked to, but we'll make up for that. Goodbye, Miami.
While dinner is served every day except Sunday from 6 to 10 p.m. Quality and variety at competitive prices is the best way to describe the Carroll Shop. Located just a few blocks from the Intercontinental, they will pick you up right from the hotel and take you to their store.
Continental guests to experience Bayside's Miami accent. You will find over 150 unique shops featuring the latest styles and one-of-a-kind gifts, from the nation's leading stores to original shops. And when it's time to eat, enjoy their waterside restaurants and cafes. Sample international cuisine or American favorites. At Bayside, the Miami accent is a special gift, sure to please all tastes and styles. So take a short walk across the park.
We got the fountain going back, and I wanted you to see it, to get an idea of the velocity of the wind. So, goodbye, Miami. For real. Of the African Queen, and today we're going to take a... No, we're not going to ride on the African Queen. We're going out and look at the...
On the glass bottom boat.
On the glass bottom boat, which also operates...
And that's the Queen Mary. What was it, in California when it was being used as a hotel?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. We better go. Holiday Inn, we're going on our tour. Right? Port Largo. Yeah, that's the one we saw in the movie. Life preservers, how many? When we get up there. Adult 17, child 2. Come on, go ahead.
I'm waiting for the ticket.
You don't have to worry. Here we got Key Largo, Barn Sound, Card Sound. Point to where we are right there, bud, in Key Largo. We're on that side over there, aren't we?
We're on this side, I think.
Okay, point to it.
Right here.
Okay, right. That's where we are. Yep, we're going out. The Pennycamp Coral Reef State Park. And we're in our glass bottom boat. I hope we see some good stuff, huh? Plain Conch, blue striped bronze.
Carl and Elkhorn?
Right. Yeah, looks like Elkhorn. We might see some of these fish out there too, who knows?
And the tips come in French, German, Italian, Japanese, and Spanish.
Well, we're going 2 hours. Oh, there's...
Hey, you want to be careful how you sit.
What?
Huh?
Down here. You're probably going to go out on the boat. These folks are up here. Afro type huts, huh? This is the Holiday Inn.
My name's John. Guys were right there on day, 70 feet wide, 70 feet long, 19 feet wide, 37 tons. Just like it's
Marina Del Mar. Virginia. Hello, Virginia, huh? You see that one from Vienna? That. You see the boat from Vienna? You see the boat from Vienna? Never mind. Norfolk. I saw it. Isle of Wight, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, the real motors are out here. Yeah, right, same idea. I'm taking a lot of this because Mary will enjoy this. Look at that. That's one of those subs, but see with the windows in it over there? Sand pan with about 2 horsepower outboard on it. Right, for the footings, just like this one here. Right? That's what they're doing. Yeah, I actually saw the one from Vienna. You didn't see that, did you? There was one from Vienna, Virginia. You know, you were born with good sense.
Right.
I'd be down here playing in the water. I wouldn't know what happened, would I? I'd be talking with the fish. Where's he from?
That's a pretty house.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Got a little tiki bar out there.
That's lovely there. Take a consortium to do that, you know? That. Their boat must do a lot of fishing, huh? That is nice. Look at it. I like this. This is my ideal. I said, there's imagine with these hurricanes.
Yeah.
But they seem to be holding up, don't they?
They've got this pile of.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that. Well, that's what Reg was talking about, you know. Look at this, another one of these alleys that out of the floor. This place looks empty. Great location though, isn't it?
That's what you ever find.
That's a beautiful place right there. guy's brave, isn't he? That's gonna be, what is that all steel there? That thing won't blow away, will it? Steel piers and then pouring cement here. The guy, what's that gonna be, that looks like some kind of a slip where he puts his boat in the water. That's what that'll be. Birds, they're dirty birds too, don't get under them. Trapping them through the air.
Seasick. And the best thing for you to do at that point is generally to go topside into the fresh air. If you don't feel that you can make it topside, then you want to sit on the benches, look out those windows to the side, and focus on the horizon. That will help to make the dizzies go away. If you can make it upstairs, as you head out the back doors there, grab one of those nice white little souvenir bags. You see located on the other side. You know what those are for. You think you're going to need one. Even if you think you're not going to need one, please take one and go topside with it. It makes a wonderful fan, and it's sometimes nice just to know that it's there. Here's a beautiful boulder star coral. See this giant green mound? This is a living animal here. This is a boulder star coral. Very big one. You can see lots of little grunts and snappers living along the edge of it there. They're trying to hide up next to it. See with the predators. I closed off the bathrooms while we're out on the reef, and we asked that nobody use the bathrooms until we start heading back in towards the docks. It'll be about 20 minutes. Okay, we've come offshore this morning about 7 miles into the Atlantic Ocean in order to get here. We're at Molasses Reef. Molasses Reef is a bank reef, part of a larger bank reef system that runs down the coast to the state of Florida. Our reef system begins up around Fort Lauderdale, and then it runs in a series of individual little reefs for a total of 240 miles, all the way down to the dry Tortugas, which are located off of Key West. This reef system is the 3rd largest of its kind in the world, and it's also the only one that we have here in North America. Now, most of what we're seeing down below, these things that look to us to be interesting rocks and plants, are actually living animal life in the forms of corals. And what corals really are colonies of little worm-like creatures called coral polyps. These little polyps build these beautiful rock and plant-like formations, and they live inside them, much in the way that a shellfish would make a shell and live inside of it. Except that a coral polyp is very, very small, only about the size of a pin to about the size of a small pea. So they live in colonies, and it could take thousands of them. It can take thousands of them to build some of the colonies that we see down below. Now the corals come in 2 very different kinds. There's the soft corals, those are the ones that look like plants. We usually call them, there's a barracuda. Can you see him through the bubbles there? He's a silvery, torpedo-y shaped guy. Big one, yeah, barracuda. We'll see more if you missed that one. He was kind of obscured by the bubbles there a little bit. Now the sea fans and sea whips, we usually call them by their shapes, are soft corals or Rolonians. They're the ones that look like plants to us. These little worm-like polyps that build the sea fans and sea whips are like little worms about the size of a pin, about the size of a small pea. They build that beautiful plant-like lacy structure by drawing minerals like calcium carbonate out of the seawater, and then wrapping their bodies in a very flexible protein-based material that they're able to make from it. And this makes a very flexible, lace-like kind of a structure, and you can see that when we slow down here a bit, you can see that they're very web-like and lacy, and that allows the water to pass through them, and it makes it easier for them to feed that way. The material that makes up a sea fan or a sea whip or a sea feather is actually very much like our hair or fingernails. It's very flexible, but it's very resilient to being broken by some pretty intense current and surge we're having out here today. Lots of our sea fans that we see down below now are kind of brown and fuzzy. You look at the blue tangs again. They're off on a little feeding frenzy, all swimming together here. Now the sea fans, I was saying before, you notice that some of them are kind of brown and little slits all throughout the structure in which he lives. And he grabs a tiny microscopic animal heat out at 90 for short periods of time during the summer months. And it will only go as low as about 72 or 74 degrees. One of those guys you made is that a big blue parrotfish down there on the bottom. Two of them. These are males. We call these terminal male blue parrotfish. You can tell they're males by the shape of their head. And there's a barracuda if you missed that other one. Now the blue parrotfish,
right there.
they kind of hide. There's a midnight parrotfish and a barjack in the back. Now that male parrotfish had a really flat nose. We call that a bullhead when it happens on fish. It looks kind of like a pig on a nose on a pig rather. And that usually means the fish is elkhorn corals out here today. There are other examples of stony coral. Stony corals make up the basis for our reefs. They're what build these big hills and valleys, big rock-like mountains that we see down below. These aren't rocks at all. They're actual skeletal structures from coral colonies. We will look closely at one of these pieces of dead gray coral that we see down below. We would see that it's perforated with little holes and a beautiful pattern all over it. Each one of those little holes is a little space where a tiny worm-like polyp used to live when it was building that coral. And then when it died, of course, the little animals died away, and all that was left was the limestone, the skeleton structure, the kind of a shell of the coral colony as it was living. Now the dead great coral areas are very important to the reef. Here's a nice elkhorn coral grown on the top, and there's two super male blue-headed wrasses swimming along on the top of it. See with their bright blue head and their green body? Those are two super male blue-headed wrasses. They're looking for their girls. Blue-headed wrasses have a very interesting and active life. So you know about that later. They do. We call them super males all the time. Now the dead great coral is very important to the overall reef because it creates a wonderful substrate for new corals to settle on top of and grow. New corals can't start out in a sandy area. Here's a beautiful elkhorn coral here in the back. They have to anchor on one of these hard areas of dead existing coral in order to get a good foothold and start a new colony. So corals grow, the coral reef actually grows by growing on one of these big hills of coral that we're passing down below. You see the patterns of corals that have lived and died on top of each other for about the past 9,000 years or so. The Lassus Reef is one of the oldest reefs in this area, in the Caribbean reef tract, but it's rather young on a global scale. In the Pacific Ocean, we find reefs in the millions of years old. The bigger fish that we're seeing following us here in the forward area, the silvery ones with the deeply forked yellowtail, these are yellowtail snappers, and these are the ones you're more commonly going to be offered in the seafood houses. They are very delicious. They are heavily commercially fished in the very important fisheries here in the Keys. The yellowtail snappers and the mutton snappers, two of the tasty snappers that you're likely to see offered in the seafood houses as the fish today. Okay, Captain Tom's going to be taking us off the reef here shortly. We're going to head down to the South Pass and I'll head back in towards Hull.
Get down and get up again. Here to come up and get it for you?
No, not yet.
That's neat. A thimble with key largo and the African queen, huh?
Yeah, I think she'd find that interesting.
Look at it on the other side. What's it say?
It says, world-famous African Queen and Captain Jim Hendricks, greeting gigantic and gorgeous QE2 and Captain Robin Woodhull with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II aboard for Cunard's 150th anniversary sailing the Solent between Portsmouth and Cowes into Southampton, England.
Oh, okay.
See? Outside of London.
I thought she
And
was going to say
my
she was
sister
small.
lives on the Isle of Wight now. And we went there what, two years ago.
Nice county.
Yes.
1912. Fascinating. Australia outside the Sydney Opera House. Tower Bridge in London. Panama Jack hats.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Huh? Out of the Holiday Inn, right? There, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It's pretty. I got a couple of things.
When are we going to be able to ask him about the film?
It was about a video.
That's I'm driving along in our Tempo, what is this, a GL or an XL?
It's a Tempo.
It's got all the bells and whistles, hasn't it?
Yeah.
She's maintaining a proper speed limit about 55 miles an hour.
Goodyear Blue Bush.
Yeah, Goodyear Blimp, is that what it is? That's
I can't read it.
Pumping all these roads, you know, Ben?
Yeah.
Pompano Beach, next two exits. See that?
Yeah.
These clouds are beautiful. There's Okeechobee Boulevard.
After a long, often bitter debate, NAFTA passed with 16 votes to spare. Republicans, not Democrats, gave President Clinton the majority of yeas. Flush with victory, he declared it a defining moment for the entire nation.
At a time when many of our people are hurting from the strains of this tough global economy, we chose to compete, not to retreat.
This was clearly a big win, politically and personally for the president, but it was costly. He cut countless deals with lawmakers to win their votes. The debate itself pitted Democrat against he escalated and joined him in the fight.
In our closets with the picture windows.
We simply must get on Seattle later today to sit down and talk trade with Asian Pacific leaders.
So I'm going to go on in and have it. I think this picture with the light on would be much nicer. The sun's coming up and cloudy. Tend to read and look on the horizon there. How nice the beach looks. There's already one on the beach. A number of walkers. Lovely location. Back to the birds. Our refrigerator. This is from the front balcony of our hotel on the 9th floor. That's the bridge. And then over here, this is an island actually. Out here, the Colonial, which is across from the mainland. It's called the Palm Hotel. And then the one that we have on the white top. Turn your face into the sun.
Good.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, quite a few, aren't there? Huh?
Huh?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Don't come so close. Driving along the beach. That's the nice thing about the...
Clean that windshield.
Huh? All right, we'll do it. Mom wants to clean the windshield. More cars driving along the beach.
Dead bug in the windshield wiper.
Oh, you get all that stuff.
On the
Boats in the background and everything. You ready? Here we're on our way. St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest city in the United States, founded in 1565. Are you coming? Down and come back again, huh?
Yeah.
Right? Mom at the wheel, she's my chauffeur, right? We do our best, don't we? That's the museum. The Lighthouse Museum. No less, huh? We were here the last time. I want to see how, drive out as far as you can because we want to see how and why that's so foggy out there, huh? See how far down you can drive to the ramp. That's interesting. Drive up a little bit further, Bet. Reminds me of the English moors, huh? Doesn't it? A nice fishing pier out there, huh? Well, we can go ahead then, can't we? And there's Salty Dog.
He's got a salty
Pork
dog in the
truck.
back, see?
Yeah, he does have a nice dog in the back. Well, that's a nice shot of it from here, isn't it? Yeah. Atlantic
look at this, Rick.
Intercoastal Waterway.
Let me put my window down. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
All those tall ships, huh?
Uh-huh.
Lovely.
See how foggy it is over there?
Yeah. A lot of birds. I mean, I'll cut that out. Smile. Huh? Oldest city in the United States, right? You know? Yeah, that's it. Carriages. Is 1672. British stronghold, etc. Right? Oh, isn't that neat? Ghost ship out there. That's true. You know that? He's going past his other ship now, isn't he? You think he'll break out of that fog pretty soon? There, he's coming into view now. That's heavy fog. Really, that's weird. Here he comes into view now. See him? Just barely. Yeah, here he comes. A lot of nice sailboats here in the harbor.
2 or 3 times in a year for the past 3 years.
Huh.
But in the 7 years before that, I'd never seen it.
Really? That's
coming in during the day like that.
I'm glad you got your driver's license, bud. Because mine's somewhere in the car.
Okay. Just the 2 of you?
Yeah. That's nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Boy, look at that. Castillo de San Marcos.
Uh-huh.
This is old, huh?
Watch. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, that cocaine.
Uh-huh.
You can tell me all about that, can't you?
If I throw up my right glasses, I could.
Yes, I did. See, John Bartram in 1765 said, shell stones so well cemented as to appear one solid stone. Limestone conglomerate, which makes up the shell stone, quarried east of St. Augustine on Anastasia Island.
Is that coquina?
That's coquina, and that's what this is built of.
Oh, this whole place?
Uh-huh.
It's built of limestone?
Uh-huh. See, sometime in 1580, the governor of La Florida and a nephew crossed Matanzas Bay from his wooden fort to the mainland to see the stone in an Indian town on the island. To him it appeared soft. It might be enough for its foundations.
So we know about that now. There's the inside the fort right there. Turn the pages and see what else we have on that coquina.
See, for decades the Spanish called it piedra. When the English took possession of Florida, they too called it stone. Mamposteria.
I made great use of it.
Yeah.
Mamposteria was the term.
Coquina stone.
Yeah, turn the page.
See, coquina deposits generally lie not far below the surface where scrub oak and palmetto take root. The variations in thickness of the horizontal layers account for the variations of that dimension in the hewn blocks. This sedimentary limestone formation was formed about 1 million years ago in the Ice Age when the ocean covered the Florida Peninsula.
It shows them cutting it. Over there it shows them hewing. See that?
Yep.
Okay, turn the pages again. Shows the different forts. Shows some more of the deposits. And shows coquina underlying the ridge of Shilmar. There's the fort. That's neat.
Oh, look at this. This is very funny. If it had not been coquina, once described as a cluster of broken shells confusedly tacked together, St. Augustine in Florida might have become a British possession in 1740. It was June of that year that General James Oglethorpe came down from Georgia to lay siege to the town of the Castillo de San Marcos. St. Augustinians crowded in behind the great walls of the fort, while for 27 days British guns fired across Matanzas Bay from positions on Anastasia Island and from ships in the harbor.
We were laughing when we saw that Anastasia Baptist Church, weren't we?
Yeah, although mortar shells and cannonballs fell in the town of Bay, those which reached the Castillo fulfilled the earlier forecast that coquina would give way as when you could stick a knife into cheese.
But it didn't.
That's right.
Discovered Florida. What does Florida mean?
I dropped mine on the floor, couldn't find it. Let it go and got more, and I got 31 cents off it.
You know what it means? That? The Festival of Flowers. Or flowers.
I dropped it and I just went ahead and
It's neat.
Yeah. The ramp going to the walls. Used all things to the top of the fort. Find a rampart.
Okay.
This looks out over the water. What's that, the Matanzas River?
Bay.
Or Bay, yeah. Because they've got the water.
You had gun emplacements there.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah.
It's a shot furnace.
Where they dropped the stuff, huh?
Yeah. Must have just been a secure place to fire from.
Well, I would think it was a place to look out type place, wouldn't you? It's higher than everything else. Huh? Why did they have it round at the top?
7-day bombardment. That
In
was
1740.
That was when Oglethorpe came.
That's it. Up in that place right there, they had a bell then, didn't they? That was when Oglethorpe came. You're right. Work on that is fantastic. I've seen the 1702 and the Spanish built earthworks to defend against attack. Water marsh protected other sides. The English raiders were stopped in 1728 at the Hornwork, a half-mile north of here. We can see the marsh off there in the distance. The R.C. Concy collection, 1724.
Made by Peter Ribot.
Yeah, these are Spanish.
Hidden together.
With that wall?
Yeah.
Huh? Well, it's not bad for something this old, that town from the ramparts here. Where'd you go? Taking the walls. Ready? Kids, 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 kids. And the soldiers would mount them to fire over the parapet there. They're called banquetas, B-A-N-Q-U-E-T-A-S. What are these, Bat? These are chimneys for the ovens, huh?
Kitchen.
Yeah.
I was looking at it and I was thinking there's a his'n and her's'n.
Oh, is that right?
But it's not, you know.
Right.
Because see, if you look down below, there were guard rooms under there, storage rooms, British room, powder magazine, and chapel.
And everything.
But here they are, see, right above the guard room.
Yeah, that's right. Let's whip down there and find out where they have the ladies and gentlemen's room.
Birds
Right
on that roof.
on a foggy day. A lot of people coming here to see this fort.